We all have those dreams, right? Those big, kind of fuzzy ideas that we keep tucked away in the back of our minds. But how do you actually grab one of those and make it, well, real? That's what this is all about. We're going to talk about building the map that takes your dream from just a thought to the life you're actually living. I love this quote because it just nails the problem perfectly, doesn't it? It's like a two-sided trap. On one side, you've got pure fantasy. You're just wishing, hoping, and on the other side, you're just busy. You're doing stuff, but it's not really going anywhere. The magic, where things actually happen, is right in that sweet spot in the middle. So, let's get super clear on this. A fantasy is passive. It's waiting for someday to magically show up. But a dream is an act of creation. It's active. It has a map, a direction. It's something you live a little bit every single day, not just wish for. It's really the difference between being a passenger in your own life and grabbing the steering wheel. Okay, so that's the million-dollar question, right? If a dream needs a map to become real, how on earth do you actually build one? Well, that's exactly what we're about to break down step by step. Here's our game plan. First, we'll nail down what a dream really is. Then, we'll dive into 3 key steps: how to connect and clarify, how to map your vision, and then how to live the dream. And we'll wrap up by talking about what to do on those days when the dream just feels way too far away. So let's start with part 1. What even is a dream? Because, as we're going to see, it's a whole lot bigger and deeper than just a goal you can check off a to-do list. This right here, this is the core of it. A dream is like your soul's blueprint. It's not really about getting a certain thing. It's about inhabiting a certain feeling. That sense of purpose, of aliveness, of meaning. It's a way of being, not just a place you're trying to get to. And why is this so important? Well, because a real dream has the power to pull that far-off someday right into today. It becomes your compass when you feel a little lost or aimless. And honestly, it's one of the best ways to remember who you really are underneath all the daily noise. All right, let's get into the practical stuff. Step 1, connect and clarify. This is all about finding that personal blueprint we were just talking about. And the whole process starts with this one question. Seriously, take a second and think about it. What are the things you're drawn to when there's no one around to impress, no expectations? The answer to that's where the clues to your dream are hiding. So it breaks down into these 4 little actions. First, you just listen. Pay attention to what you want without judging it. Second, you name it. You got to give it some shape, either by writing it down or just saying it out loud. Third, and this is a big one, you feel it. Try to feel the emotions of that dream right now. And finally, you think it. Start adopting the mindset of the person who's already living that dream. Okay, so once you've gotten in touch with that feeling, that what and why, it's time for step 2, map your vision. This is where we get tangible and turn that blueprint into an actual plan. And I want you to think about it like this. A vision map, or a vision board, whatever you want to call it, it's not just a collection of pretty pictures. It is a visual contract that you are making with yourself. It's a physical reminder of the promise you're making. So here's how you build it. You start by getting quiet and asking yourself, what do I want my life to feel like a year from now? Then you just collect stuff, images, words, symbols, anything that gives you that feeling. You arrange it in a way that feels good to you. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now, this next step is the real game changer. For each part of your vision, add one tiny, actionable step, the how. And finally, put it somewhere you will see it every single day. And this is why this whole process works. A map takes that floaty, uncertain energy of, I hope this happens, and transforms it into the solid, grounded energy of, I am building this. It makes your intention real. Which brings us to our final step, and honestly, it's the most important one. Live the dream. Because the journey doesn't start when you reach the destination. Nope, the journey starts right now. And the secret is so simple. Take one small action every single day that is aligned with your dream. That's it. It's not about giant leaps. It's about tiny, consistent steps that build momentum over time. So what does this actually look like day to day? Well, you start to function as if your dream is already on its way to you. You remember that any movement, no matter how small, creates momentum. You have to protect your vision. It's fragile, and it doesn't need anyone else's approval. And you consciously choose to turn the volume down on your fear and turn the volume way up on your dream. But what about the bad days? The days when it all just feels silly or impossible. Let's talk about that because knowing how to navigate those tough moments is a huge part of this. First things first, it is 100% normal for your dream to feel a million miles away sometimes. That's not a sign that you're failing, it's actually a sign that you're on a real journey with real challenges. And you've got to remember this. We think progress is these huge, dramatic leaps, but it's not. Real dreams are built in tiny layers, day after day after day. It's about consistency, not some big, dramatic moment of intensity. So here's your strategy for when you feel totally overwhelmed. Don't look at the entire map. It's just too much. Instead, just pick one corner. Look at one small piece of it and ask yourself, what's one tiny thing I can do today that moves me toward just that one piece? And finally, please remember your vision map is a living thing. It's not carved in stone. As you grow and change, your dream might shift and evolve too. And that's not failure, that's beautiful. That's alignment. You have to let it evolve with you. So if you take anything away from this, let it be this. You absolutely do not need anyone's permission to have a dream, and you definitely don't need a perfect, figured-out plan before you're allowed to begin. Which brings us to the only question that really matters right now. Forget about the whole journey for a second. Looking at where you are right here today, what is your one small step? Because that's where everything begins.